Hey everyone, hope you're doing well this week. Hope you're having a good week. I wanted to take a few minutes just to share something that the Lord has been showing me this week. Something that actually came up like 4 times in one week, and it's only Thursday, which is crazy. Um, and that is purity of mind, being vigilant with your thoughts, choosing what you're going to think about throughout the day, choosing when things that come around to you that you shouldn't be thinking about, what you're going to do with those thoughts. Because you're going to have thoughts. It's what are you going to do with them? When they come knocking, are you going to reject them at the door? Or are you going to let them take hold? Or are you going to willingly sit there and start thinking about things you shouldn't be thinking about? And that could be anything. For me this week, it was just impure thoughts. Excuse me. We're not talking about anything extreme. I wasn't anything pornographic or anything like that, but it was not good stuff. And it was from scrolling through social media, Facebook and YouTube, and then being like, what am I looking at? 15 minutes later. And just kind of struggling with that this week. And I realized that the Lord shared with me this week 4 times this verse that I'll read to you in a second. And I realized that it's because I'm not being vigilant with my thoughts. And I want to put a disclaimer on here is that sometimes we need to go through deliverance, that, there are things in us that need to be removed. But there is ultimately a choice that we have to make in what we're going to think about. Okay? And I hope that makes sense. And so for me this week, I kind of let the week get away from me. And I'm sure you have too before, and that you just get caught up in life and you realize that you feel a little like you're in a funk. And if that's you, I just want to really reach out to you right now and ask you to listen to what I'm about to say. Or not what I'm about to say, what I'm about to read. And that is Philippians 4, verse 8. You probably heard this before. It's pretty famous, but it doesn't matter. We're human beings. We need to hear it a lot. We need to hear things over and over again to get it drilled into us, to remind us. And so for me this week, Philippians 4, verse 8 came up 4 times, 4 different ways. That's how the Lord is like, trying to get your attention on something. And it wasn't just a random verse, right, when I'm about to read. It was literally applicable to the whole week and everything I was dealing with. All right, so I just quit rambling here and I'll just read it. Philippians 4, verse 8. Brothers, whatever is true, whatever is honorable, whatever is just, whatever is pure, there it is, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is commendable, if there is any excellence, if there is anything worthy of praise, think about these things. Yeah. You notice he doesn't say, don't think about bad things. He says, turn your attention to something else. And I think that's the key, is we can't just say, like for me, I can't just say, I'm not going to think lustful thoughts or whatever. I have to actually turn my attention onto something else. And that should be good, pure, lovely things. It's not enough just to say no. You have to say yes to something else. That's the trick. That's the truth that's there. Again, you may need to ask the Lord to deliver you from some things that are really hindering you there. But there is a component of free will and choice. And what are you going to choose to think about? And being aware of what you're thinking about before it gets lodged into your brain, before there's a problem, right? So I hope that that's a word of encouragement for you. It was for me this week. It was convicting. I'm still struggling with some of that, but this has helped me a lot to just take control of my mind and say no when bad thoughts come knocking. Also, I have taken some other steps, and this is something that you can do, which is I have unplugged my PlayStation, I password lock some things, have my wife password lock some things so that I can't, I'm forced to take a break, kind of get a reset going. And there's a lot of options there practically that you can be doing. Don't make excuses. Find someone to help you, take steps if it's a problem, and do it before it's a problem. Don't let it snowball into a real issue. Stop the problem at the door if you can. When we give the enemy a foothold, we're talking like a foothold. Think about like rock climbing. Think about how small those pegs are. Like the little notches, the ones that you can just barely get your foot on. Don't even give him that. Don't give the enemy even that. Because he will take it and he will run with it You'll be dealing with stuff you don't want to deal with. All right, so I hope that's a word of encouragement to you. Again, the verse is Philippians 4, verse 8, and I pray that it blesses you this week. As always, if you need prayer for anything, please drop it in the comments. I will pray and respond to you and ask how it's going after that, and try to keep in touch with you and continue to pray for you. Be blessed. Hope you have a great week. Bye.